Hello, my name is William Lee, and I will be giving you a presentation on my tour of Japan. On our tour of Japan, we'll be visiting 5 cities spreading across all 4 main islands. First off, we'll be visiting Sapporo, which is a city on the island of Hokkaido. Then we'll be traveling down to Aomori, which is a city on the Tohoku region of the Honshu Island. After, we will travel farther down the Honshu Island to Osaka, which is a city on the Kansai region. Next, we will ride down east to the Shikoku Island where we find Matsuyama. And lastly, we will travel to our final destination on Kyushu Island, Fukuoka. For our first city of the tour, we will be visiting Sapporo. Sapporo is the capital of the mountainous island of Hokkaido and is considered to be the cultural, economic, and political center of the island. However, before Japanese migrants came to Hokkaido, most of the island was settled by the indigenous Ainu people, which dates back to around 15,000 years. In this city, we'll be visiting 3 points of interest and 1 cultural event. Our first point of interest is the Sapporo TV Tower. The Sapporo TV Tower, which was built in 1957, is a 483 feet high tower that has an observation deck at the height of 295 feet. Up on the observation deck, you would be able to look at the iconic Odari Park and the landscape of Sapporo. What's interesting about this tower is that it was built by the well-known architect of the Tokyo Tower, Tachi Naito. We will be visiting another tower from a different city that was also made by the same architect. Some people say that it is a miniature Tokyo Tower because of the color and structure of the tower. Other than that, the digital clock in the middle and the height of the tower differentiate which one is which. The general admission for adults is 720 yen, for high schoolers is 600 yen, junior high schoolers is 400, and primary school is 300 yen. For our second point of interest, we'll be visiting Susukino District. Susukino District is Sapporo's downtown district and is one of Japan's largest entertainment spot up north of Tokyo. It is said to be something of the lively atmosphere of the Dotonbori district in Osaka. One of the most popular landmarks in Susukino district is the illuminated Nika sign that is located on the right side of the picture, which is a bearded man with medieval clothing. This Nika sign has been a popular meeting spot for both locals and tourists. In February, Susukino serves as a site for the snow festival that hosts an ice and snow sculpture competition. Moving on, we will be going to our last point of interest in Sapporo, which is the Sapporo Beer Museum. The island of Hokkaido is said to be the birthplace of beer in Japan. The Sapporo Beer Museum is the only and oldest beer museum here. Sapporo beer, which is one of the most popular beer brands, has been brewed since 1877. The museum introduces us to the history of Sapporo beer and the process of making it. Next to the museum is the Sapporo Beer Garden, which consists of a restaurant and an atmospheric beer hall that has an all-you-can-eat BBQ and all-you-can-drink beer. For our cultural event in Sapporo, we will be introducing the Sapporo Snow Festival. The Sapporo Snow Festival is held in February and is likely to be held on the 4th to the 11th in 2021. However, it is likely that there will be no large snow sculptures next year due to the situation with COVID-19. The Sapporo Snow Festival is located in Odari Park in the center of Sapporo. The festival started in 1950 when high school students built snow statues in Odori Park. Now it has developed into a commercialized event that features large snow and ice sculptures. The subject of the sculpture can vary and often feature an event, building, or notable people. And getting around Sapporo, the fastest route to get to Sapporo from the new Chitose airport is riding the Rapid Airport Service train that takes around 30 minutes to arrive at Shin Sapporo Station, which is on the outskirts of downtown Sapporo. From there on, you can ride the Tozai line to any station in Sapporo. Sapporo has a wide variety of transportation available, including buses, streetcars, and 3 subway lines. Unlike Tokyo, Sapporo is a rather compact city that is easy to navigate around. There are 3 lines colored from orange, which is the Tozai line, green, Namboku line, and the sky blue, which is the Toho line. You will either need a Sepika card, which is a prepaid card, or a one-day ticket that costs around 830 yen for adults and 420 yen for children. However, if you want a more enjoyable experience on the streets of Sapporo, feel free to ride to the streetcars that comes every 7 minutes to each stop. The fee to ride the streetcars costs around 200 yen. Moving down south to the Honshu Island, we'll be visiting Aomori City on the Tohoku region. Aomori, which is located on the northernmost prefecture on Japan's main island Honshu, is the capital and largest city in the prefecture. It was noted that the Green Forest, which is now Aomori, has been used as a landmark for ships that came into the ports during the early Edo period. The eastern side of Aomori Prefecture is called Nambu and the western side is called Tsugaru. From 1495 to 1575, there has been a civil war between the Nambu clan and ex-Nambu clan members. During the beginning of the Meiji period, the 2 regions finally merged, which became what is now called Aomori Prefecture. The events that happened strongly influenced the festival, especially the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri. For the city of Aomori, we'll be going to 2 points of interest and 1 cultural event. We'll first start off by talking about the cultural event, Aomori Nebuta Matsuri. The Nebuta Matsuri is a summer festival in the Aomori Prefecture that is held every year on August 2nd to the 7th. The highlight of the festival is a parade of enormous lantern floats, which are followed by large taiko drums, musicians, and dancers. The festival includes 24 floats that are constructed of painted washi paper over a wire frame that takes an entire year to design and construct. The float mostly depicts gods, historical or mythical figures from Japanese and Chinese culture. Every night of the festival, the floats are wheeled out by humans onto the streets of downtown Aomori. However, the festival is held during the afternoons on the last day. And as our first point of interest in Aomori, we'll be visiting the Nebuta Museum Warase. The Nebuta Museum Warase is a museum dedicated to the city's famous Nebuta Matsuri that is held every early August. This museum houses the history and traditions of the festival and includes 5 floats that were built from past festivals. The floats are changed every year to admire the different craftsmanship of each floats and how the designs have evolved over time. On weekend and holidays, there are performances by Haneto dancers accompanied with taiko drums and flutes to show visitors what it feels like to be in the Nebuta Matsuri. And as our last point of interest in Aomori, we'll be visiting outside the city to the Towara Hachimantai National Park. Towada Hachimantai National Park is characterized by sulfurous steaming hot springs and still lakes in the calderas of dormant volcanoes. The landscape in the national park has inspired storytelling and spirituality, leaving this park abundant with shrines, pilgrimage routes, and folk tales. This park is made up of two separate areas, the northern area called Towada Hakoda area and the southern area called Hachimantai. The Towada area consists of landmarks like Lake Towada, Oirase Keiryu, Tsuta and Sukayu Onsen, and Mount Hakoda. The Hachimantai area consists of Lake Hachimantai, Mount Iwate, and Yuto Onsen. This national park has a wealth of attractive forest, mountains, hiking trails, and rustic hot springs to go to. Now, getting to Aomori from Sapporo, you will first need to take the train ride from Shin Sapporo Station to transit on the Super Hokuto line down to Shin Hakodate Hokuto Station, which will take around 3.5 hours. Then you will have to transfer onto the Tohoku Hokkaido Shinkansen line to Aomori Station. That will take an estimate about an hour 20 minutes. And the price of the whole train ride down to Aomori can cost around 11,660 yen to 17,600 yen, depending on the days. Once you're in Aomori, there are a few options available for moving around the prefecture to cover the vast and hard to reach places with the least amount of time. The best decision for transportation is to rent a car. However, if you are more laid back and want to take your time to enjoy the scenery of Aomori, it is best to ride the local train lines. Most of Aomori's attractions are within walking distance of the Aomori station, which is next to the Aomori port. Now we move on to our next destination in Honshu, which is a city down south in the Kansai region, Osaka. Osaka has been a gateway for international commerce and exchange since the 5th century. It is the economic and cultural center of the Kansai region. This city is commonly known as Japan's nation's kitchen because of the Osakans' passion for food like takoyaki and okonomiyaki, and many more. One interesting fact about this city is that the well-known shogunate Toyotomi Hideyoshi succeeded in unifying Japan here and built the Osaka Castle. We'll be visiting 3 popular points of interest in the city of Osaka. And for our first point of interest in Osaka, we'll go to the Dotonbori district, which is the mecca for the Kuidaore food cultures of Osaka. If you don't know what a Kuidaore means, it is an expression meaning to seek out food with determination, even if it means that you will be bankrupt from eating food excessively. This district is filled with towering neon signs, clubs, bars, and restaurants serving up local dishes. Dotonbori has been known for its eye-catching signage and billboards with giant octopus, pufferfish, and moving crab, which grabs your attention, creating an amusement park-like atmosphere. One of the most well-known landmarks in this district is the running Glico Man that is shown on the center of the picture to the left. Moving on to our second point of interest, we'll be going on to the observation tower called Tsutenkaku. This tower, which is located in the Shinsekai region area, is a towering landmark that was built in 1912 and was designed to resemble the Eiffel Tower. Tsutenkaku, which is translated to Sky Root Tower, is a 210 feet observation deck that was built by the same architect who built